Hey all, today's video, which I'm actually filming at the end of, we're going to be getting the Oldsmobile back out of the garage and getting some work done stripping the Plastidip off of it, as well as getting started stripping the paint off some of the other panels. I've rearranged the goal for this car. Rather than work on it panel by panel and do nothing else to the rest of the panels, I've decided what I want to do is try and get most of the paint off the car and just put a coat of primer on it, which means that when I go to work on individual panels, I don't have to start by stripping the panel before I can get the work done. So I feel like that'll, if not speed it up, feel like I'm getting stuff done faster, because there's not this like, I want to work on a door, I have to start by tearing the door apart and stripping the old paint off. Now it'll be, trim will be off, doors, paint off will be off, it'll be in a coat of primer, so all I have to do is strip back the areas that I'm going to actually be working on and then reprime the whole door once I've got the work done, and that'll just, I think, feel like more progress. Plus the car will be more cohesively primed, so it'll feel more done, it'll feel more complete, and next spring theoretically I can just start driving it when I want to, rather than feeling like, well, half the car's in ugly paint, half the car's in primer, blah blah blah. So yeah, this is mostly going to be time lapses because most of it's us just grinding away at stuff, but there'll be a little bit here and there of me showing the progress. So yeah, hope you enjoy it.
Clear in the back. You gonna hit the first pump? Oh, keep going. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, she's dirty.
Yeah, she's a dirty girl. Alright, so they're still working on stripping the roof, but I've been getting the paint off of the hood, and basically it's better than I feared, but worse than I'd hoped. I knew there was rot here, but you can see there's rot all along here. Then there's a pinhole or two there, and then more rot up here, and then coming up into this area. I'm not terribly surprised because there's another piece of metal on the back that sits almost hard against this. That stuff flies up, drops between them, and then just basically is trapped, and that piece in the back is completely rotted out. So I'm hoping that for a lot of this I'll be able to very carefully weld up the pinholes and not have to cut it out, but like this section's gonna have to be cut out and replaced. This section's gonna be cut out and replaced, and I suspect that there's gonna be a chunk here that's gonna need replacing, but now I at least know the state of it. The good thing is that the frontmost lip here is all nice and solid and intact. That was actually the part I was most scared about, because reforming this lip correctly was going to be very difficult with my skill level, but this is going to be a lot easier. And then I haven't stripped this completely because this entire piece is coming out and being smoothed, so there's no point in getting every last little bit off of it. And then I've stripped this bit where the hood ornament, which is going back on, is going to be, and you can see there's a fair amount of deep pitting. This whole roof is probably, the whole hood is probably going to have some deep pitting on it, so this is going to need very thorough stripping and then probably some prepping before I primer it. But I'm making progress. I got to go buy more discs because I'm burning through them surprisingly quickly. Okay, I'm basically done the hood. There's a little tiny bit back up there that I just used up the second disc completely. I'm going to, when I switch to the next disc to start working tomorrow, I'm going to do that. And then I didn't do this edge because I didn't want to risk going into the fender I've already done. But other than that, hood is now basically stripped, which means I can make some progress on it. Something that came up that I was pretty much expecting is, I don't know how well this shows up pretty good on camera. All these dark spots that are still on here, this is where the rust pitting is just deep enough, like I can't even feel it in most cases, but or feel a very slight rustness, but this is just deep enough that the stripping disc can't get the rust out of there. So the whole hood is going to need rust treating to neutralize all of that, and then once that's done, the hood will be ready to be primed, and then it'll be locked in, and then when I come back to do body work, I don't have to start by doing all the stripping before I can start in on body work. Yeah, so that's basically it on that for today. And here at the back, my friend has been working very diligently to get the last of the Plastidip off. This area down here is kind of a lost cause. I'm going to have to scrub that with something that melts the Plastidip because that stuff doesn't want to come off. But other than this little patch that he's still working on, the whole trunk area is now stripped of Plastidip, which means that this can start getting the paint taken off. So lots of good progress today. And those mobiles safely back in the garage. And I'm about to go have dinner. So thank you all for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.